What is up, guys? Ben here bringing you guys another video. This is actually the Mega Battle Association. We actually advanced to the semi-finals, actually beating Attack on Samurai last week in the playoffs for our division, which I'm going to get into a little bit more here as we start. But if you guys are hyped for this, feel free to drop a like down below, and if you want more videos like this in the future, feel free to subscribe as well if you are new. Basically what happened, guys, we actually won against Attack on Samurai, which actually advanced us. In the gold division, it was actually Striker Flash and Nozzer, the Huston Rotoms, facing off. I actually wanted to go against Striker Flash, kind of to avenge our week 1 loss against him. I think we had a way better matchup against Striker Flash than we do Nozzer, but Nozzer actually ended up picking up the victory over him. So our opponent this week is going to be from the gold division. It's gold versus silver, representing the silver division. The Grass Plains Raikus going against the Huston Rotoms, coached by Nozzer. I'm not going to lie, guys. Nozzer has a very, very good matchup against us. I think we can still put up a very, very good fight, but I think our little bit of a hot streak here is going to come into an end this week, and I think we're going to be done for the season after this match. I really don't expect me to win. I prepared very, very well here. I spent about an hour on this team, as I'm about to go over here in a bit, but I really don't expect to come out with a win. I'm going to go in, I'm going to fight to the death, but if we don't win, I'm not going to be too overly mad about it, just because Nozzer is an incredible player and his draft is there to compute, so he definitely has a very good advantage against us. As for the other two divisions, it actually is Sneaky as Selgor and Kingdra plays games facing off for the Jahodo and Kanto division, so I have a feeling that even though Sneaky as Selgor is a very good battler, the way Kingdra's been on a roll lately and the way he's actually ended up advancing so far, I think Kingdra plays games will actually end up winning his semi-final match, and possibly if we win here, the winner of this match is probably going to go on to face him. I really don't see Sneaky Excelgor winning, just by the way Kingdra's been playing lately. He's been on a hell of a streak, definitely. But I'm getting to the team right now. I'm going to go over Nozzer's draft real quick if you guys do not know it. If you do not know my draft, I don't know where you've been, but I'm not going to go over mine. But I'll go over Nozzer's. He's actually has Mega Latias, Rotom Wash, Scissor, Nidoking, Hydreigon, which he actually had Slurpuff before, but he actually traded Slurpuff over to Ryan and actually picked up Hydreigon. Probably the worst trade ever for our team. Shaman, Emboar, Bronzong, Meloetta, Drifloon, Avalog, and Ditto. So definitely a very, very threatening draft. He does have a few common weaknesses, which I'm going to look to capitalize on. Also, judging by his draft, he has a kind of a slower draft, which is also something I want to capitalize on, being that he really doesn't have that much that really breaks base 100, just like my opponent last week. I think one of my opponent's downfalls last week is he never had a strong dark type actually drafted, and it really wasn't his playing style. I know he got kind of mad at me last week as well, just because it was a bit of a squash match in his opinion. I think it wasn't really his playing style, it was his draft. He does not have a strong dark type, and he has really no range and speed tiers. That's really what I think his problem was with his draft this season. So hopefully he can fix that next season if he does decide to stay with the league. Not to bash him or anything, I just wanted to give a little bit of a, not really a precursor, but a little bit of advice. But we're going to be starting out here. Clown Hunter, the Flygon, running the Life Orb. Pretty much the same set as last week, just a little bit different. Dragon Claw, Earthquake. Earthquake hits a lot of things. He does have a few levitators, being the Drifloon, the Bronzong possibly, which more than likely is going to be levitated. Rotom Wash, and the Latias, Mega Latias. So, not really the best, but it still hits Mons for a decent amount of damage. It hits Nidoking super effective. He also has the Hydreigon, which has levitate. So, the good thing about Flygon, though, is Hydreigon is base 98 speed, Flygon is base 100, so we outspeed every time as long as I max speed Jolly by a little bit, and we actually base 100, so. Barring any Scarf, which I'm pretty sure he might actually run Scarf. Scarf Hydreigon's so good against me. I really have like no way of getting rid of Scarf Hydreigon, which is possibly something he might run. But if he does not run Scarf, we outspeed him every time pretty much, which is something I kind of want to capitalize on as well. Being that Hydreigon is 2 base points lower speed. Running the Earthquake U-turn, pretty much just for super effective damage on a few things like the Meloetta and stuff like that. Even though I think it's a speed tie between Meloetta, we possibly might outspeed there. I don't know. We can get some switch damage off with U-turn. And the Fire Blast, mainly for Bronzong and the Scissor. Scissor probably going to be switching into this thing a lot. Also, instead of Dragon Claw, was debating Outrage, but I really do not want to lock myself in. Especially when he has a lot of threats like the Bronzong and the Scissor and stuff like that coming in and possibly set up on me. Also, he has the Ditto as well, which can come in and copy me, which I really don't want. But that's pretty much it for the Flygon this week. We are bringing Baby Metal, the Mega Absol this week. Running the Justified before Mega Evolution, probably the best build I could run. This is very, very similar to the set I actually ran for our first match against Nozzer. I think it's pretty much like the exact same set. Running the Sucker Punch. Pretty much Absol probably one of the ways, probably the best mon I actually have to match up against this draft. It hits pretty much everything for super effective. Just depends how I play with this thing. And hopefully I can use this thing to my advantage. And probably the one of my win cons for this match is definitely going to be Absol this week. Running the Sucker Punch, pretty much for the Mega Latias, even though before Mega Evolution, mostly before Mega Evolution, or possible Scarfers if I do find out what Scarf he's running, whatever mon. Sucker Punch, the Play Rough, mainly for the Hydreigon. If it's not Scarfed Hydreigon, I can pop it with Play Rough and kill it in one shot. Knock Off, just stab. It hits the Bronzong for super effective, hits the Meloetta, hits Drifloon for super effective, and it gets pretty much rid of any item he wants to switch in. Nothing really wants to take a knockoff. And the Zen Headbutt, mainly for the Emboar and the Nido King as well. Not pretty much self-explanatory with the app, so I'm going to move on right now. Running Manaphy Eye set to kill. This is my Emboar counter. I needed an Emboar counter for this team, and this is it. I knew Emboar was a bit of a problem last time we actually faced him. I really wanted a solid counter, a bit more solid counter actually. So, and this is also meant to take on like things like Scissor and stuff like that, and stuff that kind of hits pretty hard. Scissor, Bronzong. You can stay in Bronzong and get some damage off. Scald mainly for burns. Ice Beam hits the Megalodius, the Hydreigon. Drifloon hits a lot of things for super effective damage, and also the Shaman for super effective. U-turn, I am able to outspeed most things even without being invested in speed, since this draft is a bit more slow, and get a U-turn off and possibly get a bit of switch initiative if he does switch out himself as well on this thing. Possibly I bring this thing on the Emboar and he switches out and I get a U-turn off. That'd be awesome. Energy Ball, mainly just for the Rotom Wash. I should still be able to outspeed it unless it's like fully offensive. He might have a possibility of outspeeding me, but other than that, if he's like bulk, I should be able to outspeed him and get some decent damage off. Running Max Defense, Max HP, again, meant to pretty much take on Emboar and pretty much most physical attackers. This is my defensive wall for this team. On to Steel Yo Girl, the Chansey. Bringing a similar set to what we ran for the playoffs match last week. Running the Wish Protect, mainly just to pass wishes in this team, since Manaphy doesn't have any reliable recovery. I did not have rest or anything like that on there, and to keep the Flygon and the Absol, which probably is going to be made WinCon healthy, along with Inside Voices and Swellow. So just keep stuff healthy with the Wish. Really didn't see a point in running Soft Boiled either. Wish Protect, Seismic Toss, and the Flamethrower. I was originally going to run Toxic, but he has so many immunities to Toxic. If only chance he got Will-O-Wisp, I would have ran it. He does not, so I'm pretty much forced to run Seismic Toss. And I guess I actually just tacked Flamethrower on here. I really did not know what to really tack on for the fourth move. Originally was going to go like maybe like Heal Bell or Aromatherapy, but I actually just tacked on the Flamethrower. Just mainly for like Scissor on the switch in or something. Scissor, Bronzong, something like that. Hit something for super effective. Maybe Avalok I can get some damage off on. I'm not quite sure. Maybe on a switch in or something. But that's mainly what that's for. Kind of self-explanatory. Unable to really run Toxic just because it has so many immunities. And like that. Maybe I might switch Protect out as well. I'll see what I can do with that before the match. If I decide to change that out, I'll let you guys know when we start or we'll go to the match. But running Nothing to Lose, the Swallow. This thing's mainly to come in and YOLO this week. Pretty much come in, get damage off, and kill things and not be killed. That's really what this thing is meant for this week. It matches up very, very well against him last time, and I want to bring the same thing again. It also beats a lot of his mons as well. Outspeeds Megalodius, probably one of his highest tiers, and I guess pretty much outspeeds everything barring Scarfers, which we have to really scout for if whatever Scarfer is. I'm assuming maybe Scarf Nido or Scarf Nido or Hydreigon is probably what he's going to bring. Maybe possibly Scarf Meloetta as well, which I'm fully expected to actually see, or maybe Scarf Emboar. I'm not quite sure. He has so many possibilities for Scarfers. I'll just have to scout and match. But running the Brave Bird hits a lot of things for super effective and stuff like that. Very, very good stat move. Facade after the Flame Orb it's going to be doing a shitload to pretty much anything. U-turn. Again, we have that double U-turn core with Clown Hunter and nothing to lose, so we got a double U-turn core going. And Defog, mainly if he wants to set up rocks and stuff like that. That's really the reason why I have Defog. Again, kind of similar to last week, pretty much the same set, except I'm running actually Adamant this week. There's really no point in running Jolly, just because if I run Jolly, it does nothing for me. He really has nothing that can touch my speed, even if I do run Adamant anyways. Just give me a little bit more power, and it's something I really wanted. A little bit more hitting power, and possibly a few tighter KOs. It's kind of what I wanted, and Jolly did like nothing for me anyways. And even if I don't run Jolly, I can still outspeed pretty much actually everything on his team, actually, barring Scarfers as well. So, or barring Scarfers, that is. Other than that, kind of self-explanatory here. Pretty much the same like last week, except for an Adamant nature. Inside Voices, the Spiritomb. Now, originally I actually was thinking about bringing the Venusaur, but I did not want to be super weak to the Emboar if he brought it, or the Meloetta. Meloetta, I think is something he's probably going to bring this week as well. He brought it last time. It was a super huge threat and kind of annoying to deal with. Running the Pain Split mainly just for recovery. I also have Wish Passing potential with Steelio Girl here, so I'll debate whether to keep that or just remove it. I'm not quite sure yet. Just put it in there for right now. Will-O-Wisp. Mainly this thing is just here to soak up hits, pass Will-O-Wisp around, pass Status, get some damage off, and die. That's really what this thing is meant to do. Pass a few Willows, got Will-O-Wisp there for like Scissor and most of his physical attackers, and residual damage. Sucker Punch. I was debating whether to run Sucker Punch or Foul Play. I do think Foul Play would have been a little bit better, but I kind of want the priority since I'm so slow. Sucker Punch lets me hit the Meloetta, and a few other things, the Megalodius, possibly, if I have to come in on it and kill it. Shadow Sneak will not do the job. I need to go with Sucker Punch for that. Also can Sucker Punch the Drift Limb and stuff like that, I guess. And it's a bit more better with the priority right there. So double Sucker Punch as well with the Absol this week. And Shadow Sneak, again, it hits behind the sub, I guess. That's why I have Infiltrator as well. I do expect him to maybe set up a sub on me and be a bit cheeky with some like wacky sets. So that's why I do have the Infiltrator in case he tries to jump a sub or something like that over pressure. Shadow Sneak mainly there for super effective. Maybe I can switch this out. I'm not quite sure what I really would switch this out with, but I'll debate whether I'll switch this out off screen. But as of right now, it's going to be staying with Shadow Sneak. And as for the EV spread, I'm just running Max Defense, Max Social Defense. Again, like I said, this thing's been mainly just come in and eat up hits. That's really all this thing is meant to do. Eat up hits, spread damage, spread Willow, get as much damage off as I can, and let this thing die. That's really all this thing was. Really was nothing else I can really sub in here. Possibly Stoutland, but I did not want to be super, super weak to Emboar again. And Stoutland really didn't do too much for me as of being bulky or outspeeding very much anyways. It gets walled by Scissor and gets walled by Brunzong pretty much either way. Even though I get Crunch and Fire Fang are a thing, I still kind of walled by those. Then it's kind of slow, so it gets outsped by a few other things. It also gets walled by Avalugg, which possibly he could bring just for BP, but I don't expect him to bring that. Also was possibly thinking about bringing Arcanine, but Arcanine, again, gives me another ground weakness, and I did not want that from Nidoking. Possibly if he would run Scarf as well, really didn't want it. I do have a Levitator and two Levitators that are above the ground here, though. Maybe I can switch this out for Nidoking, or not Nidoking, for Arcanine. But I'll think about all that off screen. As of right now, this is the team, guys. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this. Tell me what you guys do think of this team in the comment section down below, which I really don't know if I'll be able to reply to the comments because the battle will be up, or to be done by this stuff. But let me know what you guys do think of this. And yeah, hopefully we're going to go in, pick up a win, and head to the finals of the OBA Season 3. Other than that, hope you guys enjoy. If you did, drop a like, and if you are new, subscribe. I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys enjoy. See you guys in the next video, or the battle. Peace.